So thank you everyone for joining today. Um, it's a bigger crowd than I was expecting, if I'm honest, and it's a bigger crowd than last year. So that's a good thing for me because last year I talked about resilience. And hands up, who was here? No, no, good, okay. You don't want to witness that car crash. Um, so before I actually get started, I'm not sure if I should describe these things, but I want to describe these before getting into the main topic itself, because they are kind of connected. I'm not sure if you've seen the video or you've paid attention. I don't expect anyone to have paid attention to the video going around for the Quest sponsorship. We're just kind of, actually it was just playing there a few seconds ago. It's not our direct message, but it was just something interesting that I came across very recently. And hands up, who knows Kendra Little? Yeah? Kendra is amazing, isn't she? She's amazing. So she was doing a talk for us a few months back about a topic that I found interesting, the traditional view of the world of OLTP and OLAP, right? There used to be two very distinct things: applications, software, CRMs, ERPs, et cetera, workflow, line of business workflows versus business intelligence, data warehouses, et cetera, right? So the used to be very, very distinct things. And that was the idea behind these two data worlds, that traditional data worlds of Engineerium and Bizlandia. And so that's Kendra's piece, where she was fantastic with that animation. She was talking about the hills of SQL tuning over on the left-hand side, and just the issues that you might have in Bizlandia of business requirements, more reports, data quality, access to data, accessibility. So I just latched onto it, and I just really liked that idea, and I just wanted to talk about that very briefly. The gap between these worlds are kind of blurring, and I'm sure you all know that, in terms of in-memory technology on the databases, low code, no code, data products. Hence why I wanted to bring this up. That world is getting smaller, and it's almost, data products are almost consuming software engineering in that lens. I'm going to take off these now. But anyway, so that's the concept. That's where I wanted to start with today. And very, very recently, I spoke with a guy called John Walkenford, and I'm not sure if you know him, but he's really, really interesting. And he started talking about increasing or improving quality, increasing velocity, improving collaboration. And he was talking about reducing silos, right? And hands up, who thinks he was talking about DevOps? Hands up. Yeah? Fair? Fair comment? All right. He wasn't. He was talking about data governance, which absolutely shocked me because I wasn't really a data governance expert, but I did know DevOps. And he was talking about data governance in the same way that people have been talking about DevOps, which I found super interesting. Okay? He was talking about the world of all these inefficiencies, all of these, where is my data? Is it accessible? Silos, and just all the pains and issues you have with trying to get access to data and trying to get more insights from data, when it really should be on that bottom row, if you can see it. It should be a straight line. It should be dead easy, increased velocity to get more value from that data. And I just thought that was a super, super interesting concept. And I never really looked at data governance in that way. I just always saw it was compliance and regulations and a bit like a stick, right? Not at all. But so he was talking about data products, and let's talk about what a data product is. From our perspective, a data product is something that really facilitates the end user need versus requirement and the end use of that data. Stakeholders-wise, come in the vein of data scientists, data analysts, CFOs, not so much the IT part, but definitely the data scientists and customers, decision makers. Right? I spoke with someone yesterday about his Power BI consultancy, and most of his stakeholders are in the CFO side of the world versus the CTO side of the world. And I was like, why? And he says, well, the CFO cares about the data. And I was like, but the CIO cares about the data. He's like, yeah, not the same. Not the same at all. And I just thought that was interesting. There's a lot of stats out there right now that are showing that data products are going to be around for a very long time. And we're already seeing that they're consuming things out there in the organization, in organizations. So there's 3 key attributes of a data product. The first being that it must be accessible. That's a fair point. It must have some clear business value, and it must have an owner that's consistently observing it and ensuring that it stays on track in terms of delivering the business value, okay? Fair points. I'm saying it's fair, except in the reality, what's actually happening is people are producing data products and going, here, this is what you asked for, take it. And then moving away, because there are so many other stuff to do. And they're forgetting that that data product is now a product and then needs to have some life cycle management applied to it, okay? And then they're like, well, that's just going to slow things down. It's like, yes, but you still need to manage this. What if your scheduled task fails? What if that data becomes, it's out of date? These are the reasons why you have these guardrails, and these are the reasons why you have governance. So what I'm asking is for people to, I'm imploring for people to do is start building in your governance today so that you can speed up your data product delivery tomorrow, okay? We, as a company, Quest and Irwin, we have these 7 steps to, I suppose, nirvana, maybe, I don't know, where we start at the model. We're a model-first company, so we start with the model. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to model your entire organization from day one. You can start with the data product. Just start somewhere. Don't start with modeling the entire organization. That's not what we're advocating at all. And I'm certainly not advocating for a single model per product. That's definitely not what I'm advocating at all for. But I would absolutely start with the model. Not a lot of people know that we have a catalog facility within a tool of ours, Irwin Data Intelligence. So it has a catalog that automates a heck of a lot for you, so it speeds up that cataloging process. What cataloging does, it gives you the basis for quality. So measuring the quality of your data and mapping the business logic to your raw data. So the catalog really is the magic to make sure everything else happens. Okay, so when you're finished your catalog, you go back to the business and you ask them what kind of regulations need to be applied to this information so that you've got governance. Moving up through, then we've got to observe, which is effectively looking at your data quality and measuring your data quality over the life of that data. And new to Irwin Data Intelligence is scoring. You might be wondering, what is scoring your data? Scoring your data is more about scoring your data product. So your end users are looking at your product to say, how useful is this product to their business? So we've got algorithms that apply these things automatically to give them a gold, bronze, silver, etc. Okay? And I think the magic, to package all this up, is a marketplace. So some place where your organization, your people within your organization can come and shop, effectively shop for that data. So it's not like you're going to an Amazon marketplace shopping for third-party data. It's your data. It's all internal, but they're looking for data. And business people are looking for a single place to go and find data. And that solves a big, big issue within organizations is user adoption. So you're releasing a bunch of all these data products where people can't find them. So it's solving a user adoption problem within organizations. We have a workflow process behind creating the iterative model, mapping it outside of the catalog, curating it, and mapping it to the marketplace for users to shop, share, and compare. I better keep an eye on time. Why leverage data modeling? So we are a model-first company, which kind of makes sense. But actually, I've got somewhere in my pocket, somewhere, I've got 50, and I know we're in England, but I've got €50 to the first person to come down to our booth after this who will spot a mistake on the messaging on our booth, okay? And I'm going to describe it, so I dare anyone to pick up that €50, okay? I'm pretty sure it's about £40. I know, I'm cheap. We start with modeling, and someone pointed this out to me yesterday, was when you see it on the booth, you kind of say, well, why shouldn't that be the top and bottom? First, I won't give away too much. And I was like, yeah, fair point. Yeah, absolute mistake. But you start with modeling. You always start with modeling, okay? It gives you the logic, it gives you the sense, it gives you collaboration, it gives you the sense of talking to the business, and for them, as a data analyst, for them to say, yeah, that's what we want. Great, let's kick on from there. Okay? So you always start with the model. Just a reminder of the 7 steps. And the catalog, it's going to bring you automation. It's going to bring you automation for bringing that inventory to where your data resides, of your business assets and what you want to connect to that information. It gives you data quality as well. Okay? And finally, we're going to talk about shopping. That's the marketplace. The marketplace makes it real. It gives a place for every user to come to find information. For your data engineers and your data scientists, or your data engineers at least, to publish these products as they get released. Okay, and most importantly, I think, is for your data analysts to say, we produced this data product because the business wanted it. Is it having an impact? That's the most important question. And when you deliver that data product, 6 months after it, you want to go back in and check to make sure that that product is delivering value. And if not, why not? Is it a user adoption problem? Is it an awareness problem? Is it an education problem? If so, then you may need to go into a communication change control plan, etc. So there's key data, I suppose there's 4 concepts. Within urban data intelligence, we have AI models within it. That's a hot topic. I had to get AI in there, had to, sorry. We do have AI models in there for anyone that actually has them. Let's call them machine learning from here on out. It's going to be called AI in there, I'm sorry. Scoring, we have scoring, and we have third-party data. I think third-party data is actually really important because most organizations have their own internal data, and that gives them context within their own business logic. What adds extra color is when you buy third-party data, right? Whether it's Zoom Info or wherever you're getting your third-party data for your data scientists to add additional color to your information, right? Problem with that is, I'm after buying this, I'm after giving it to my data scientist, but that's it. And is it as effective with just one data scientist versus everybody else who could actually use it? So the data intelligence marketplace brings a place to actually present your third-party information for other business users to use it, so long as it's within the guidelines of the terms and conditions of when you purchase it from a third-party supplier, etc., etc., etc. What's important here is that we're bringing transparency to what's typically a black box. Those AI models, did it again? Those machine learning models are typically a black box. Sometimes I don't want to even know what's in it. It's like, does it work? Did I verify and qualify the output of that data? But sometimes you actually need to know what's in it. You kind of need to know what data that data was trained on. Okay, is the current real life data outside of the bounds of the trained data? You want to know that, and you want to have alarms to say your data is out of whack. You need to either do something with your data or retrain your model based on your real life data. Okay. Scoring, we talked about scoring. Scoring is super important in terms of that user adoption and qualifying to make sure that your data product is serving the needs of the business. You know, did it do enough? Is it misaligned? And that's automatically assigned. So there's algorithms to assign that. It's a poor image, but you can partially see gold, silver, bronze, and that's there's an algorithm to assign those. And we spoke about third-party data, and same concept that you can actually see where your third-party information is. I know I use ZoomInfo quite a lot. So it's actually super useful for me to actually go in there and say, what other information have people bought, and let's see if I can connect them together and make a much better, more colorful picture of my information. So let's have a reminder of where we started. If you find your people are, let's say on this top row, if your organization is described by this top row, please, I'm imploring you, please, start implementing some data governance structures within your organization. It's not about compliance, it's not about regulation. It is about speeding up your data product delivery tomorrow. Okay, but you need to start today. Don't wait 3 years. And I can guarantee it will serve you in 12 months' time. That's it for me. I want to say some recommended reading on the right-hand side, and I'm on the left. Anyone that was at PASS will know what that image is about. If not, do look me up on LinkedIn, connect with me, and I will be more than happy to give that €50 to someone, the first person that comes to the booth spotting the mistake. Okay? That's it for me. I appreciate your time. Thank you.